Hello, this is the Antix. I always wanted to make a video about Antix. I ran Antix. It was for years. It was one of the first distros I ran. I remember Ubuntu and MX Linux and NTX. I think they were the first distros that I settled with, and I have one of my first Linux computer was an NTX, and I still have NTX on it. NTX is a window manager, and you know, it have many different window managers. Let's look here. And before I start, NTX is right click menu. It's the same menu as you get when you click here, so you don't have to be move your mouse here. So it's great for the mouse user, and you don't allow you to move things. And of course, the menu populate for certain things, you know. And I believe this is a base NTX. I think so. So I don't think this is the full. Doesn't have office, I believe, does it? Let's look. NTX office. Yeah, it doesn't have. This is NTX base, so it is really small. Um, it run it, and you see the conky here, and this conky didn't come this color, but you can open the config file and change the color. The conky. It have 7 gig. It used 7 gig out of 19.5, so out of 20 basically. So it used 7.5, 7.6, sorry. So it doesn't have a lot of things, and NTX is in window manager term. It's heavy, but of course it's such a light distro, but in window manager term it's heavy, and that's because it does have multiple window managers. So for example, what is it, have many themes. So let's say I want to change a theme. I want to make it huge. It's got bigger. I'm gonna put it back to normal. Theme, where is it? Theme. Gonna make it large. This back. I of course can also change a window manager, if I believe. So you go here, lock in. Nope. Oh, desktop. Yeah. So you go to desktop, right click, go to desktop. Give you many different window managers. I actually don't wanna. So let's go here. So you see I got a different JWM window manager. Let me go here and oops, ICE window manager. It's the window manager we were on. So you have many. This is one of the fun thing about NTX. It have many environments. It feel like you can, if you feel one day you can have your desktop look this different. And I'm not talking about changing the the background. I'm talking about changing the manager itself. Each window manager is open, have the windows menu slightly different. It have it have it's a complete kind of, I won't say complete operating system, but complete environment, complete different environment. So that's one of the things that NTX have. So let's look at applications, and this is NTX. This is the equivalent of all the NTX provided. Have a radio, for example, Wi-Fi to change the Wi-Fi, and one of the things NTX have is have multiple Wi-Fi configuration, so if one of them don't work for you, the other one will might have USB maker and kernel update. It have ISO snapshot, so this way if you can configure your stuff and create an ISO of the snapshot, so this way you have a configured ISO, so this way you can reinstall date and time control. So it have these things. So okay, now let's do the accessories, and it have of course desktop, leaf, you know two radios, FM, Vim, two versions of Vim editor. You have the trash, of course, all this internet, and this one have only Firefox, and it have no the C monkey by itself is C monkey. Okay, it doesn't open. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So let's go here and so let's we are applications. Yeah. So of course you have your sounds, you have your radio. Basically these things come again. Your office, if you have an office, I have just a writer, I believe. No, this is just open. This just allow you to open documents. Doesn't allow you to edit any. But and of course, so it have something a control center which is very similar to MX Linux, but it's completely different because it is a window manager. MX Linux is XFCE desktop. This is not a desktop. So it have, you know, it have things you can change. You know, it have USB GUI, hardware. You can check your hardware here. NVIDIA, if you want to check your NVIDIA drivers, it will install it for you. ISO snapshot. We've seen all these in the menu, but it have them in one place, so it will be a different way to add them. Of course, software installer. Let's look here. And this is the same as MX Linux software installer, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best software installers in the business. Even though it look archaic, it's amazing because it allow you to enable repos, package, Debian packages. You'll enable. You can also click here, install recommended packages like dependencies. I think MX Linux allow you also to do Flatpaks and FlatHub and all this, but this doesn't, but which is fine, because when you're running Windows Manager, the idea is to run it lean, not to run. I ran Windows Manager for years, and I found that MX Linux sometimes have a problem with the audio. So when you run any window managers, you might run into a few things after certain updates. So I just wanna set heads up about that. Unplug devices, and stuff like that. So it's not really a bad. It is not a bad distro, So let's see. Okay, so we have. I'm gonna go. Did I add ZZ Ice maybe? Yes, I think that's where I started. I had ZZ Ice window manager. So okay, and that is the gist of it. Of course, you can run. It's so light, there is. You can. Oh yeah, this is something it have, which is. I remember many years ago, like old Windows used to have these kill to kill applications. For example, I want to open this and let's say it glitch. I'm gonna kill it, click on that and see it's an X. If I click on it, it will close it. So that is one cool feature. I don't know if MX Linux have it, because MX Linux and Antix have the same they have collaboration between the developers. Other thing it have, let's say you are running a browser and you're not seeing the conky, you can look here and it will give you, you know, you can highlight and it will give you like, okay, RAM, I have out of 6 RAM, I'm only running, I have 5 um, 4.3 left, free space out of whatever. So this is another way to highlight these things. Let's give you the internet, it give you, but this give you battery. So this is the cool thing about NTX. What else I wanted to say about NTX? Oh yeah, and also, like, let's say you want to change the size and you go to theme, and let's say I want to go in blue, huge, large. Let's go with large. So you have a different theme, different color. I'm gonna go with this is, I think, here we go. It become like white. I don't know. I guess I'll keep it for this video, and it will change the theme. It doesn't change anything when you change the theme. The same window manager, but will have different color in it. This is what else? It should have a package installer, updater somewhere. Of course, you can update the package through the there we go, through the terminal. Let's say, does it have, oh yeah, let's look at search. The search is kind of weird. The search, I find it is not great, search, but on all window managers I find the search is not 100% precise, on all window managers, no matter what. Let's say update. Nope, doesn't have that. Okay. Application access to the internet, office. Oh yeah, look at these here. Sounds. Oh yeah, it have package repo manager. Let's look at this. I think repo manager. No, I forgot how the update is done on this. I mean, you can do update through the terminal, but that's not the. Most people want GUI, and I believe it have GUI, because I update. I update through the terminal myself. Let's see, what is that? It have htop, of course. Package installer, that's the one we clicked on. Okay, I guess, anyway, that's the cool thing about Linux. You can update through the terminal. Sudo app update, sudo app upgrade, and you'll be done. But I believe the full one have an update, app similar to the beside them software manager, but I think this one, because this is the base, I don't think it have that. So at least I can't find it. you know. So okay, what else it have? What else? Um, yeah, I wonder if I can do the windows. Yep, okay. That's one of the things. Let's say I don't want to use my hands. I can just click the windows, and I can go and I use the arrows, you know. And most this is kind of a little bit different than most package managers because you know the most package managers, most window managers, it will the when you click that window thing, it will come wherever your mouse is. But you know, so I guess that's, I don't know, that's something different. Uh, Other than that, it's really solid. But I found that sometimes it have a problem. NTX have a problem with the sound, and usually you have to configure it somehow. Especially if you enable Bluetooth. Let's say you have a old machine and unenable it. NTX also run good on older hardware, not too old though, but like old hardware. You know, it will run good. In their repo, I think they have two. No, yeah. So let's look at NTX download. Let's look here. So they have full base 32. So they still have 32. And this is so yeah, full base. So like it's so, and here it will tell you base, ice window manager, whatever. It will tell you few, just not a lot, but it does tell you few things. So they both full and base come with 4 window managers. You know, the core come with no GUI, so you're just getting a terminal. You know, uh, 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 so like so it is very you know, if so like it's great for your level. And I find from my experience, and most people who end up using window managers are people either with old hardware like I do, like I have old hardware, and I just use uh, and NTX on it, and because it make your old hardware run very good. But I wanna emphasize, even your old hardware have a limit. For example, if you running a single board or single CPU, you know, not a dual core, NTX will run on it, but the internet won't work very well because the demands in the browsers these days are so huge, and they need a lot of demand. So you need RAM, and you need, you know, and you need processor. I have one of the oldest computer I have is a computer I owned since the 90s, 1999, and I still have it, and it does run. It have Windows, Windows NT, I believe. But I thought about putting Linux on it, but then I backed out because it, you know, like it won't be usable anyway, and I wanted to keep my information from the days I kept that computer for years. I even used it when I went to college, you know, in the 2000s, you know. So it was 10 years old at the time, but it, you know, in the late in the yeah 2007 or 8. So it was older, the computer, because I bought a computer used even, but I used it then. But like it won't work. I installed on it the right the right browser, but still that browser, because it's not the right for it, it can't run like YouTube or anything like that. So no matter how nimble is your operating system, so like I'm sure NTX will run on almost nothing. Like for example now, so but it is only 7 gig. That's the whole operating system. So but it will run on almost nothing. But will that computer be able to process and like a site like YouTube and all this, because all these things run in the RAM and run under a certain speed of a processor. So that is the limiting factor. So eventually there is a limiting factor where you can install an operating system where you can do things not online on your machine if it's too old, but it won't do anything on the web. That's one way people use NTX. I also use NTX for in a virtual machine uh, for, like, let's say privacy reasons, or I want I wanted to maybe be more careless with my internet, so this way not to worry about my computer crashing. So that is one thing. NTX also is used, and most other window managers, especially NTX and Puppy Linux, are used to diagnose dead hardware, because you can boot them and they can run very good on a USB stick. That is another way, but that's mainly Puppy Linux and NTX. I don't think like Bunsen Labs are designed for that. You know, and also that surprisingly many experienced users, they love window managers because usually they have hardware that is very advanced, very strong, and they have the technical know-how to allow these operating system to run on such advanced hardware, and they might, and they will run a window manager because it will make, uh, you know, uh, uh, if it make an old hardware fast, imagine how it run on a new hardware. So that is my 2 cents on NTX, and that is it. So this is NTX, and I know that people don't like NTX because apparently some of those people in the browser, they bookmark some anti-fascist um, messaging or leftist messaging. That's nothing. Those are just bookmarks. You can take them off. And I don't think we should. I think we all should be anti-fascist anyway. But the leftist thing, I understand. If you are a conservative, but there's no reason for you to push away a very, very good operating system that that is especially for the window manager, very stable. It is based on Debian. That's the other thing I wanna say. That's it. Have a good day.